everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sex and Happiness, a show about your sex and your happiness and ours. I'm Laurie Handlers.
And I'm Michael Gibson.
And today we're going to talk about one of Michael's favorite love languages. We talked about this in another show. We talked about the 5 love languages. And I thought this one was really important to tell people because, I found out things about this one recently that I didn't even know. Michael taught me about it. So we're going to talk about words of affirmation. What does that mean?
Well, words of affirmation are just what they sound like. You're telling somebody something that you appreciate about them. It's an acknowledgement. It's oftentimes said to share with the person or, how much you value them or something like that. So one of the things that I really love about this idea of words of affirmation is how it impacts specifically men. So I remember I had an old colonel in the Marine Corps who I went and saw him speak. And one of the things he said, words of affirmation are so important. It's like men need to be acknowledged and they need to be appreciated. And he said, what's interesting is it says babies cry for that and grown men die for it. And it's the reason why you see on a military man's chest all those bars and the things, because he's being acknowledged for his service. So it was really interesting that he said that, and I thought, wow, man, that just sounds so much like what is missing, I think, a lot in a lot of men's lives. And so one of the things that I've learned is that there are specific words that you can say that a man will go, that just feels so good. Feels so good to be acknowledged that way.
So I thought those words were, I love you, I adore you, I care about you so much. But Michael taught me in his case.
Well, it was funny because she's such a great acknowledger. She would say all the, a paragraph of acknowledgement, and she would go on and on. I would just look at her and I would say, well, honey, thank you so much. And then I revealed to her what my 2 words were. There was just only 2 words I needed to hear.
Over and over over again.
That did it. This all I need. It wasn't like I needed a long, diatribe of all the wonderful things that she appreciates about me. All she has to say is,
good job.
Good job.
So I say good job to him, and that means the world to him.
Yeah.
That just melts him like butter. And now all of our friends, because they all know that, and they say good job to each other all the time now. Everybody says good job to each other to acknowledge themselves, because it's so simple to say to somebody good job and have them feel good about it.
And it's packed full of all the things that I want: acknowledgement, appreciation, the value that I feel like I've given. It's just really, it's packed full of all of that. And plus, I can feel and I understand the love that's behind that acknowledgement. Good job. It's just so good.
So it's important to tell somebody things that they want to hear. And I know that people can fight over this. I know that some people think that people who say, I just need you to say this to me. I know that there are people who say, well, you're so needy, I don't want to say that to you.
Right.
And I'm telling you that's wrong. If somebody says, just say these words to me, say them. That is their love language. They want words of affirmation the way they want it, the way they want to hear it. And so they're giving you a clue as to how to relate to them. And if you don't do it, consider why would you withhold that? Why would I not say good job to him if that's what he wants? To me, it was so simple. I spent my whole life not knowing this, just to say good job to somebody.
Yeah.
I know.
It's magical.
It's magical.
Here's the sad thing. The sad thing is that I went for a very long time without any acknowledgement. One of my past relationships was with a person who just simply didn't feel like that was valuable, and also felt like, oh, wow, you're so needy, because do you really need to be acknowledged for every little thing? And the answer is no, but I do need to be acknowledged for some of the things, right? And so I was in a relationship for quite some time where acknowledgement, not even good job, just nothing. And if I was acknowledged, it was with, some withholding, almost like saying an apology that you don't want to give. That didn't feel very good.
All of that makes me crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, if there's something that you need to apologize for it.
Right.
If there's something that if there's an apology you'd like from somebody, tell them that.
Request it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same thing about words of acknowledgement. Like, that's so stingy to not give you what you ask for. But I think you have to be evolved enough to know that. I just do. So I think there are a lot of people who withhold acknowledgement. I think, I remember when I was working in corporate America that it was expected that a person would do their job. So it's like the philosophy in the corporation was, I'm not going to give acknowledgement for something that they should just do anyway.
And they're being paid for.
Yeah, and they're being paid for. That's their job.
Isn't that acknowledgement enough?
Yeah, it isn't.
That we didn't fire you?
It isn't.
No.
It isn't. But I see where that like stinginess comes from. It's like we expect people to just do the thing, just do what they say they're going to do, and if they don't do it, or if they do it, we're not going to say anything because they should have done it.
Yeah, it's
and
expectations.
I feel like I don't know. I just feel like that leads to taking someone for granted. And I think we all need love and acknowledgement, and not everyone needs words of affirmation. I like them, but it's not my main love language. So I love to get them, and I get them all the time. I get them for my book. We get them for this podcast. I get them on my clothing. I get them on, the way I teach, whatever. You get them also. But I don't, I wouldn't do something just for the acknowledgement. In another show, we talked about self-love. Like, I love myself enough to keep doing things.
Right.
But when I want some acknowledgement and I ask you for it, if I say, tell me you love me, I want you to say it. And you love to say it, so it feels really good. So I think this is an important thing to look inside and say, well, one, what do I need from being in relationship with another or others? Like, what do I need from my friends? What kind of acknowledgement? What acknowledgement do I need from my partner? And then also, what acknowledgement am I willing to give? And I think that it's easier to get, how do I want to say, relationships moisturized through sweetness than it is through combativeness.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's true, and I think one of the problems that we're going to face in every relationship is the one where you're not getting what you need, and that breeds resentment.
Yes.
That's like the first rung on that ladder. I would say this is where you're going to need to learn to build a muscle and develop the skill of making requests, direct requests for what it is that you need, like an acknowledgement. Like, Laurie's beautiful at this. One of the things that she said to me recently was, would you tell me I'm brave?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She was going through something, and she just asked me, would you say I'm brave? Would you tell me I'm brave? And I did. I told her she's brave, and I told her all the reasons why. But it's important for you to make the request. Otherwise, you may find yourself resenting the person for not doing something that you feel they should do naturally.
And they don't even know.
And they're clueless. They have no idea.
They don't know.
Definitely give them the opportunity to win and ask them for what you need.
I mean, and let's face it, I'm just going to backtrack for a minute. Let's face it, we didn't get everything we needed from our families. Some people came from families where shows of affection, displays of affection, and acknowledgement was plentiful. I think most people didn't come from families like that. And even so, if our family was giving us acknowledgement, sometimes behind that was some expectation they had of us. So it wasn't always to be trusted.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So this is a case to restructure your life. This is a way to get what you want in your relationships by saying, this is what I want, this is what I need, please tell it to me this way. I could hear it so much better if it was this way. So that's why we're talking about it. Words of affirmation are really, really important, even if it's not your person's primary love language.
Yeah, it's definitely the lubricant of lovemaking.
Yes, what did I say? Oh, the moisturizer.
The moisturizer.
Same thing.
Lubricant. Need a little lube?
Yeah,
Acknowledge
so
each
good.
other.
All right, so that's it for today. That's our show on that. It's really important to give acknowledgement and not be stingy about it, and to ask for acknowledgement, and to ask whoever you're relating to not to be stingy about it either.
That's right.
It just all criticism and no affirmation, no acknowledgement doesn't work. The same goes for your kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for listening today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share about our affiliate?
Yeah, we have an affiliate, Go Love, which is a lubricant that's made with CBD. We like it a lot. It's our favorite one. It's our favorite flavor of the month. It's our favorite flavor so far.
Yeah, and we're talking about it really because it made a difference for us. So what's in it, obviously, is it's all natural, plant-based, and it's also infused with CBD. And one of the reasons that we loved it so much was the first time we tried it.
We had great sex.
It was amazing. So, but why is that important? Well, Laurie's a little bit older than I am, and she has some concerns about her tissue being a little thinner and more delicate. And I'm concerned about hurting her. No, I don't want to do that, and I certainly don't want to tear anything. But what really gave us the ability to go for it was this lube. It's awesome. I mean, I would say 10 out of 10. So this stuff was really good. We loved it. It's called GoLoveCBD.com is the website.
And our code to get a 10% discount is Sex and Happiness.
Yes.
And we also want to remind you of our Extraordinary Lovers Luxury Retreat in Honduras, Roatan, Honduras, at the most beautiful, I think it's probably the most beautiful place in this hemisphere.
Yeah.
So we'd love to have you join us. We're all over social media about it. We have talked about it a whole lot. It's for couples who want to increase their love, regain their spark, stop fighting, and also it's for singles who want to make a different set of choices the next time they find somebody to relate to or attract somebody to relate to. So we have a few openings left, and we'd love to have you inquire about that. Please get in touch with us about that.
You'll need to go to honduras.extraordinarylovers.com. You'll get more information out of that. And then also there's a link where you can register and get your deposit in. And we hope that you do that soon because we are filling up.
All right. This is us for today. We'll be signing off. I'm Laurie Handlers.
Michael Gibson.
And we're saying goodbye from Sex and Happiness podcast. Tune in next time when we'll have another amazing topic to increase your relating skills.
See you next time.
It's time to feel alive again. Extraordinary Lovers Luxury Couples Retreat is designed to ignite your sexuality, communication, and ease with your partner, all while enjoying the bounties of paradise. Join world-class Tantra teachers Laurie Handlers and Michael Gibson as they share how to access new levels of ease, trust, and intimacy. Drink in the gorgeous oceans and beaches of Roatan's most luxury private resort. This small by design retreat will not only make you feel safe to explore with your partner, but also find true depth and connection with other couples in attendance. This retreat includes 7 days and 6 nights of accommodations, all your meals included, and full days of transformational processes and teachings, all situated on a picturesque, clothing-optional beach and forest. Book now to reserve your spot in Roatan with us.